Her eyes stared into the void, hair whipped by the Himalayan gale. She had stood on the highest point on earth, yet the mountain would not let her descend alive. This is the story of Hannelore Schmatz, a woman whose ambition touched the sky, whose courage inspired generations, and whose life ended in the merciless death zone of Mount Everest. Welcome to the Silent Peaks, where we explore the highest peaks, the deepest ambitions, and the harshest costs. Here, courage meets danger, dreams meet reality, and the human spirit is tested against the world's most unforgiving mountains. Today, we climbed into the death zone to uncover the story of Hannelore Schmatz. Hannelore Schmatz was born in 1940, in a Germany scarred by war. Childhood was a study in resilience. Life demanded toughness, resourcefulness, and courage. From a young age, she was drawn to the outdoors, the mountains, and the freedom of movement they offered. In 1962, she married Gerhard Schmatz, a fellow climber. Their marriage was more than a partnership in life. It was a partnership in ambition and adventure. Together, they climbed smaller mountains across Europe, honing their skills, building endurance, and preparing mentally for higher altitudes. Hannelore was not a casual adventurer. She became known for her technical skill, meticulous planning, and logistical expertise. She managed equipment, coordinated supplies, and trained relentlessly. Peaks like Manaslu in 1973 and Lhotse in 1977 were stepping stones toward her ultimate goal, Everest. Each climb built her confidence, each success reinforced her determination, and each failure strengthened her resolve. By 1979, Hannelore and Gerhard were seasoned climbers, respected in mountaineering circles. Climbing Everest was not just a dream, it was a calculated, deliberate step in a lifelong pursuit. The German-led expedition included climbers from around the world, New Zealand, Switzerland, and the United States. Experienced Sherpas provided essential support. Hannelore was the only woman in the main climbing party, a rarity in an era when high-altitude mountaineering was overwhelmingly male. Preparation was intense. The team stocked supplies, studied the Southeast Ridge route, and acclimatized for weeks at base camp and higher camps. Hannelore trained in ice climbing, crevasse navigation, and high-altitude physiology. Every detail was critical. The mountain demanded respect, and she understood that well. The climb began in early autumn 1979. From base camp to the South Col, climbers navigated ice falls, the Geneva Spur, and the Yellow Band. Each section a trial of skill, endurance, and nerves. The mountain was indifferent to human ambition. Storms and avalanches reminded them constantly that Everest is alive, vast, and merciless. A multi-day blizzard forced retreat to Camp 3. Climbers rested, rationed supplies, and waited for the storm to pass. Hannelore, ever meticulous, monitored oxygen levels, rationed energy, and prepared mentally for the next push. Every step upward brought both hope and danger. Every moment could be fatal. Gerhard's group reached the South Col first. On October 1st, 1979, he summited the South Summit, becoming one of the oldest men to reach Everest at the time. The next day, Hannelore's group set off early, aware that the final push could determine their survival. The mountain demanded both strength and cunning. After days of grueling ascent, Hannelore stood atop Everest. She became the fourth woman in history to achieve this feat. The summit was a triumph, a testament to years of preparation, courage, and resilience. But standing at the top of the world is only the first step. The descent, often overlooked, is where many climbers falter. Fatigue sets in, oxygen dwindles, and the body begins to fail. The team faced worsening weather, deep snow, and intense exhaustion. Despite advice from Sherpas, they bivouacked at extreme altitude, at approximately 8,500 meters. Each hour at this elevation without movement was a gamble, one that would prove fatal. At approximately 8,300 meters, Hannelore stopped. She called for water, seeking relief from exhaustion and dehydration. But the death zone shows no mercy. Her body, overcome by altitude and fatigue, gave way. She collapsed, seated against her backpack. Hair whipped by the wind, eyes open, a silent testament to human ambition and fragility. She became the first woman and first German national to die on Everest's upper slopes. Her frozen form would remain visible for years, haunting climbers who passed along the South Col. She became a grim landmark, a reminder that Everest does not forgive mistakes or miscalculations. Several factors contributed to Hannelore's death. Late summit time. Reaching high altitudes late in the day increased exposure to darkness, storms, and exhaustion. Severe fatigue. Her body had expended every reserve. The descent required more energy than she could summon. High-altitude bivouac. Stopping at 8,500 meters left her vulnerable in an environment where the human body cannot survive immobility. Weather and snow conditions. Blizzards, wind, and deep, soft snow made descent treacherous. Thin margin for error. At such elevations, even small delays or missteps can be fatal. Hannelore's story demonstrates that mountaineering is a delicate balance between ambition and survival. Reaching the summit is only half the challenge. Descending safely demands equal vigilance and preparation. Hannelore's body remained visible for years, a chilling reminder of Everest's danger. Sherpa guides who stayed near her body suffered frostbite, and recovery attempts in 1984 resulted in further deaths. Eventually, her body was moved by ice and wind toward the Kangshung face. Her legacy is profound. She broke barriers as a woman in high-altitude mountaineering, demonstrated incredible courage, and remains a symbol of both ambition and caution. Her story is studied by climbers worldwide, a powerful lesson in preparation, respect, and the limits of human endurance. Hannelore Schmatz's story offers lessons beyond climbing. Timing is critical. Every decision at extreme altitude can be a matter of life or death. Exhaustion is silent but lethal. Strength alone is not enough. Respect nature. The mountain will always test you, and humility is vital. Legacy matters. Courage and ambition leave lasting inspiration, even in tragedy. Her life reminds us that human aspiration can reach incredible heights, but the mountain is always bigger, always stronger. Hannelore returned to the summit of the world, but never returned home. Her frozen form once watched over the trail above base camp, silently teaching every climber the cost of ambition. She was the first woman to die on Everest, a symbol of courage, resilience, and the unforgiving power of the Himalayas. Her story remains one of the clearest warnings and inspirations for all who dare to challenge the highest peaks. Everest tests human strength, endurance, and character, and Hannelore Schmatz's story is its most haunting testament.